Mustang powered by a 500 cubic inch, 1,200 horsepower engine, or get a super gas license and an automatic trans body pump, or even a bracket racing license piloting one of these super comp dragsters. Roy supplies the fleet, the gear, and the know-how. All you got to do is follow instructions and listen in your headset.
You never turn the line lock loose. You left your finger on the line lock all the way through first gear. All right, that's a whole lot better. That's a whole lot better. You got your finger off the line lock. Come on back.
You come in here on Monday and you think you know something and you don't know anything.
Roy and his staff teach safety and fundamentals first. Of course, then comes teaching the all-important element of control. Control of the machine and the driver.
If you can learn control, racing's fairly simple and a lot of fun.
Make no mistake, Roy's a tough teacher.
Out there playing with the steering wheel.
But the discipline and demanding curriculum seem to pay off. Students come in with bad habits or no skills and leave with newfound confidence and a command at the wheel. Later, as we surveyed the track, I got the feeling Professor Roy was about to recruit a new student.
Right now is perfect conditions if we've got a driver. Are you ready?
Yeah, I think so.
Let's see what today brings.
Well, as I got strapped into this Super Comp land rocket, I wasn't nervous. I was terrified. Fortunately, though, Roy makes you take it easy, building up from burnout basics and short runs to that all-important quarter-mile test.
We're going to go for the whole hog this time. 148 mile an hour, I think it was. Good run. Oh, buddy, you just got a compliment.
It's a rush, a kick in the pants, and an unforgettable feeling. And you know, I think Professor Roy enjoys these triumphant moments just as much as his students.
Whenever I can help someone, it's so fulfilling. It's a dream come true for them. I'm giving something back that's been so good to me. And Winston drag racing, good gosh, there's not a better way to go.
Hey, Joe, it looks like you learned a lot over there at school, but I don't think you're ready to take on John Forrest just yet.
Well, John's records may be safe for now, but hey, that was just the first lesson. In coming weeks, though, we'll learn more about how you weekend drag racers can become winners in America's favorite motorsport.
Next, we'll continue building a high-performance engine made for the drag strip, our 900 horsepower big block. So stay with us.
Figaro, 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 Figaro here, hey, Figaro, Figaro there, hey, Figaro, Figaro here, Figaro there, Figaro up, Figaro down, Figaro.
Figaro Lawn Fertilizer gives you more predictable, continuous feeding, whether it's hot, cold, wet, or dry. Figaro. People everywhere are singing its praises.
Figaro.
Only at the Home Depot.
Meet Hank. He loves the matte shine of no-touch original tire care. Velvet digs the glossy look of new no-touch Wet and Protect. Hank likes the original formula that cleans, shines, and protects. Velvet's into no-touch Wet and Protect and the groovy way it goes on. No streaking or smearing. And it shines and protects with no petroleum distillates that are proven to harm and crack tires. No-touch original or new no-touch Wet and Protect. Two shines for two totally different people. It makes their love so special. But it makes Rex really mad. New no-touch Wet and Protect from the makers of the original one-step tire care.
With the Spider-like traction of all-wheel drive, the new Subaru 2.5 GT can take you places those European sports sedans simply can't.
Mere mortals.
Announcing a new generation of wood, Thompsonized wood, guaranteed and waterproofed to the core, unlike ordinary pressure-treated wood that can severely warp and split. Build with the wood that's built to last beautifully, Thompsonized wood.
Next on the Dukes, Sheriff Roscoe continues his efforts to get the bounty hunter to get the Dukes.
Don't you snarl with those fat little jaws.
Well, Roscoe, that's really, really nice of you. That's them elusive Dukes. Weeknights, TNN.
Hot Rod TV is brought to you by Husky, the toughest name in tools, available only at the Home Depot. By Mr. Gasket Company, America's leading supplier of performance parts. And by Restore, manufacturers of innovative automotive products.
Hey, welcome back to the Hot Rod Shop and to the final phase of our Scott Shafroff Stroker project.
Yeah, now we started our 582 buildup with a low-deck Mark V CNC block from GM Performance Parts. Then we added a Callie's Performance crank and a set of JE pistons hung on Oliver steel rods. Next, we added a CompCam's roller cam setup and a pair of Dart 320 heads with Jessel pedestal roller rockers.
We bolted on an aluminum wet sump oil pan and this high RPM balancer.
Now we're ready to finish it up. The next step is the intake manifold.
This Dart manifold is a key part of the Shafroff combination. As you see, it's a single plane design with huge runners that help generate that 800 foot-pounds of torque we're after.
With the intake manifold bolted in place, here's a little tip that adds neither torque nor horsepower, but it adds significantly to your peace of mind. Now, the kit comes with stainless ARP fasteners, and we've used them throughout this entire engine assembly.
Now, before we bolt a big 4-barrel to this thing, we're going to drop on this 1-inch spacer with some Velcro gaskets. Now, this will add volume to the plenum and increase the upper end horsepower.
Hey, if we're going to see that 900 horsepower, we're going to have to feed this monster. And for that reason, we rely on a BG Fuel System Stage 4 Dominator. Now, right out of the box, this Dominator is pretty much race ready. It's got 50cc accelerator pumps on both ends and internal linkage. Plus, check out the size of these throttle blades. Man, they're huge and they're ready for the racetrack. Up on top, though, that's where BG really earns their money. They've done a special radius job to the Venturis and added these billet boosters. Now, the billet boosters, they're going to increase the sensitivity of that signal, allowing you to draw more fuel into the engine. And over here, you'll see these little adjustable air bleeds. They allow you to tune the idle, intermediate, and high-speed circuits. Of course, it's also got a high-flow metering block, and this all adds up to about 1,150 CFM of flow. One thing's for sure, our rat motor's not going to go hungry.
Now, here's a tip for any of you guys out there running with one of these Dominators on the streets. Remember, the linkage is exposed, so what we're going to do is drop in this stainless steel plate and gasket between our carb and the spacer. That way, if there's any severe vibration, none of those parts is going to get sucked into the manifold and do some damage. Oh, here's a good time to bolt on the CSI throttle bracket.
Good idea. We'll finish off our fuel system with this 4-port externally adjustable regulator.
Okay, let's bolt on our billet water pump. Since it's electric, it won't be stealing any power from our big block.
Accurate ignition timing is absolutely essential on an engine like this, so we decided to go with Holley's new Annihilator crank trigger system.
Yeah, the other part of the system is this bracket and this pickup. It's essential that the pickup and the magnetic wheel be perfectly aligned, so you want to move the pickup back and forth until you have no more than 30,000th air gap between them.
Now, that crank trigger kit is designed to work hand in hand with the ProStrip Annihilator system, which consists of a special digital CD box, a unique coil, and a microprocessor that puts you in complete control of the ignition system.
Now, this is the Quick Shot Programmer. With this box, you can change your timing and rate of advance, plus program 4 built-in rev limiters, 4 RPM-activated switches, and 4 timing retards.
Now, the bottom line is you're in complete control of this ignition system, allowing you to tune for maximum power.
Well, to ensure we get plenty of power to our plugs, we'll need a set of high-performance spiral core wires like this Blue Max set.
Of course, we're going to connect those wires to this billet distributor from GM Performance Parts. Now, this isn't a street distributor. You'll probably notice that it has no vacuum advance, and the mechanical advance has full lockout capabilities. Now, I'm going to go ahead and install this thing. We'll phase it in next week when we go to the dyno room.
Chuck, I was just doing some thinking. Shafroff Racing charges about 14 grand for this custom kit. Now, factoring our cost per horsepower, that's about 15 bucks a pony.
You know, that's not bad, though, when you consider you probably couldn't buy all these parts and get that special machine work done for the same money.
No way. Well, of course, you'll be with us for that moment of truth next week when we take our monster big block to the pump.
Coming up, we return to Project Pony with a high-performance chassis upgrade. Stay with us.
Got a lot of miles?
Engine Restore is here to make you feel like new. Engine Restore will add compression and give you more power. Put the boogie back in your car with Engine Restore and lubricant.
I cannot live another day without air conditioning.
Says tomorrow's going to be hotter.
Hotter?
Like yesterday.
Yesterday? Yesterday you said you'd call Sears.
I'll call today.
You call now.
I'll call now.
Now's the time to save on Sears installed central air conditioning. Get 0% finance charge, no billing, and no payments until August with the Sears Charge Home Improvement Plan. Call now for a free in-home estimate on a Kenmore air conditioning system. State-of-the-art engineering means greater energy efficiency. A new Kenmore could save 10 to 44% on your annual cooling costs. In time, even pay for itself. Sears also offers fast emergency installation, a 5-year warranty on parts and labor, plus our satisfaction guarantee. And you know Sears will be there to back it up. Get 0% finance charge, no billing, no payments until August. Offer ends May 31st, so call now and save with Sears.
So what's the paper say about tomorrow?
Another scorcher.
Cool.
This week on Motor Trend, it's the import sport utes you like the best. It's a cover story shoot with the best-selling 4x4s showing their stuff in the California foothills. Plus, the Ford family sedan that grew into a big block muscle car and outgrew its name in American Classics. And we're going to Geneva to see what the Europeans have planned for our automotive future. Motor Trend Television, today at 3, 2 Central on TNN Motorsports. Hot Rod TV is brought to you by Mothers. Remember, there's no shine like Mothers. Available at quality retailers everywhere. Buy the Annihilator ignition system from Holley. The directions are simple. Take no prisoners, show no mercy. And buy Super Pack, the new electric supercharger delivering power on demand.
Welcome back to the shop and to the next phase of our Project Pony. Well, the ignition and exhaust modifications we've done so far on our 90 Mustang have helped considerably in the horsepower department. Challenge is now, though, putting that power to the pavement.
Yeah, and you know, we're going to add even more horsepower to this thing as this project continues. So today we're going to tackle that traction problem with the addition of some tubular control arms, a control arm relocation kit, and a pair of subframe connectors.
Cool deal. Let's check out the hardware.
Now, these Jexter control arms are going to replace the originals, and as you can see, their tubular construction is a lot more rigid than those stamped steel pieces already under there. Plus, these urethane bushings, well, they really help keep that rear end properly located under the car, and they're compliant enough to give us a decent street ride.
Now, this relocation kit moves those control arms up a ½ inch. What this means is a much quicker launch off the starting line. Now, to stiffen our unibody Mustang, we've got these bolt-in frame connectors, which should also improve the integrity of our chassis in that pony.
Oh, they will. Now, of course, the final factor in planning that power is your wheel and tire combination. We're going to mount these drag radials on this Centerline Warrior wheel, and we're going to get the hook and the look we're after.
Hey, got off four of those jack stands, Chuck?
Yeah, I've got them.
Good. We're going to need them.
Now, we got the jack stand in place, and with both the rear wheels out of the way, we can start this disassembly process by taking off the sway bar first. Now, there are a couple of bolts on either end. Once we get them out of the way, this thing's out of here.
Once you've pulled out the sway bar, then you can remove the lower shock bolt. Well, now I can replace this lower control arm. Oh, and here's the tip. Replace these one side at a time for a good reason. That way, the rear end won't get out of position, and those bolt holes will line up a lot easier. Okay, got this thing off here, Chuck. What about a little control arm compare?
Hey, I'm all for that. Well, you know, this thing looks beefy enough.
Yeah.
But, you know, on the underside, man, this thing's all hollow. This thing's got to be giving us a lot of flex. And when you look at that front control arm bushing, man, they've actually engineered a lot more compliance in there for a smoother ride, but, man, that's wheel hop city.
Right you are. I tell you what, I've done the dirty work this time. Go ahead and put that on.
Hey, isn't it about time he did some dirty work? I'm ready to work with clean parts. Now, we're just about done bolting in this lower control arm, and we'll move to the other side in just a minute, but before we do, I've got a little tip for you. See this bracket up here? Now, this bolts up the sway bar. If you don't make sure that it's facing to the outside of the car, you'll never get that bar bolted back up.
Okay, more dirty work. We remove the upper control arms, again, one side at a time. Then we bolt on the forward part of the tubular replacement, leaving the back end loose for the relocation kit.
Once we get this relocation kit in place, what happens is the pickup point for that upper control arm is going to move up about a ½ inch, and that'll change your instant center. Now, without getting into a lengthy dissertation on suspension geometry, what really matters here is that your tires are going to plant a lot harder. That means a quicker ET. We remove the stock bushing from the rear end and position the relocation bracket. Once we get these two bolts tightened, we'll be ready to attach that upper control arm.
Pretty good fit.
Yeah, it is. Now, we're going to be using the holes that are already in this frame stiffener as our template so we can drill right through the subframe.
Before you drill, though, make sure you get this thing backed up into the pocket as far as possible. You might have to move some brake lines or fuel lines for clearance. Now, once we get our holes drilled, we can bolt her up, and this thing will be as stiff as, well, the fine on my last speeding ticket. We spent a little less than $500 on this chassis upgrade. We've stiffened up our project pony and made her a heck of a lot more like a hot rod. Now just check out this icing on the cake. Wow.
You know, these centerline wheels are the perfect complement to that suspension upgrade. Plus, they make this Mustang really look good, too. But here's something you guys probably don't think too much about. Anytime you use a lightweight aluminum wheel like this, you're reducing the unsprung weight, and that's going to help out the ET.
I mean, we're going to hook as well as we look.
Oh, yeah.
Well, don't you look anywhere else. We got more Hot Rod TV coming your way.
Later in the show, a tip on how you can create great graphics right in your own driveway.
I'm Vic Edelbrock, and I want to show you the greatest breakthrough in technology I've ever seen.
Edelbrock's revolutionary new Performer IAS shocks are unlike anything on the road, providing maximum handling, comfort, and stability. Our patented inertia active system instantly adjusts for the ultimate ride, sports car performance, and luxury car comfort. For more on Edelbrock shocks, call 1-800-FUN-TEAM for a free Edelbrock catalog.
You'll feel the difference with Edelbrock shocks, or I'll give you your money back. You've got my word on it.
When you were a kid, you couldn't wait to grow up. When I'm big, you thought, I'll do whatever I want, answer only to myself. Well, now you're here, adulthood. So what happened to that part about answering to yourself? The Vulcan 1500 Classic. With the biggest V-twin on the road, it's as far from the grindstone as you can get.
Honey, let's fix up that fence.
Too much money, too much work.
Introducing Thompson's Fence Care. Clean and protect for just pennies a square foot.
Hey, who did the fence?
She did.
Thompson's takes the care out of fence care.
Just what you need. A flat. Get new Prestone Tire Jack, the premium sealer and inflator that passes the Prestone 7 nail test. It's the only one with the AcroSeal system. New Prestone Tire Jack. Protection that's tough as nails.
Get ready. You're headed for a crash course in TNN Motor Madness every Friday night live at 8 Eastern, 7 Central on TNN Motor Madness.
Hot Rod TV is brought to you by the Home Depot, your exclusive source for Husky tools. By K&N Filter Chargers, the high-flow filter with the 1,000,000-mile warranty. And by Edelbrock, the most respected name in performance, delivers more power for whatever you drive.
All right, welcome back to the Hot Rod Shop. We were just taking a peek at some of the readers' rides in this issue of Hot Rod Magazine, and what do you say we take a look at some video of your rides that you sent in?
Now, we all know about Novas and El Caminos, but how about a Novamino?
Now, Richard Hardwood from Casa Grande, Arizona, started with a 66 Chevy 2 four-door wagon on this project. Then he chopped the rear and added subframe connectors. He painted it Mercedes blue and lined the bed with polished aluminum to complete this wildly novel Novamino. This 69 RS SS Camaro is a Kentucky car owned by Tim Harden. It's powered by a 413 cubic inch big block with a Holley 750 carb and headman headers with jet hot coating. Tim drives it every day, and not always like this. And best of all, he only paid $5 for it at a rally. Now, talk about a mad metamorphosis. Here's Jack Speechek's 1969 Plymouth Satellite before he went to work on it. Nice car, nice 318 engine, but Jeff wanted a fire-breathing 446-pack Roadrunner, so that's what he got. He added a positive traction rear end, a 727 torque flight transmission with shift kit, and painted it plumb crazy. The result is a crazy Mopar monster that runs the quarter mile in about 13.5 seconds at 101 miles an hour. The last Henry J's were made in 1954. This one was found junk but rust-free by an Iowa hot rodder whose name just happens to be Henry Brooks. After a long restoration, which included dropping in a new 350 Chevy engine, a squirt of paint, red of course, and a lot of other work, the Henry J was ready to win a trophy at its first car show. Not only that, it's been taken to the drag strip, where Henry's Henry J may not break records, but it sure attracts a lot of eyeballs.
Get in on the action. Call now for your free complimentary issue of Hot Rod Magazine. For 50 years, Hot Rod's covered America's passion for everything in the world of high performance. The top street machines, muscle cars, classic rods and customs, plus the ultimate in engine tech. And Hot Rod entertains with the lifestyle, the racing, the personalities, and the events that make rodding hot. Get it all, including that special brand of how-to information that power enthusiasts have relied on for 5 decades. Call now and reserve your free introductory copy of Hot Rod. If you like it, you can order a 12-issue subscription for just $11.97. That's less than $1 a month for the ultimate performance magazine. It's easy. We'll bill you. If you choose not to subscribe, simply mark the bill cancel. You'll owe nothing, and the free copy is yours with our compliments. Get up to speed. Call now for your free copy of Hot Rod Magazine.
Now you can walk into your Honda dealer and ride off with no down payment, low financing, and a custom watch. And best of all, you can ride off with a new Honda Magna or Shadow. The Honda ride-off ends May 31st.
From 475 degrees above zero to 35 degrees below, nothing outperforms Mobil 1. New Mobil 1 0W30. Superior protection when you start your car.
Now you can walk into your Honda dealer and ride off on a champion. The CBR 600 F3. Walk in and ride off on the best 600 sport bike. Walk in soon and ride off with a custom watch. The Honda ride-off ends May 31st.
I guess all of us wish we had the artistic talents of Van Gogh, or in the case of hot rodders, Von Dutch. Well, here's a tip on how you can get professional-looking graphics with a new concept we just found out about called Splash Mask. Now, Chuck and I are going to give it a try using his pickup here as a canvas.
Yeah, no, it's a computer-cut stencil kit that allows you to paint one of 26 different designs. Now, those designs are created by some of the top pinstripe artists in the country. The one we've chosen is called Undertow.
All right, Rembrandt, let's give it a try.
Let's do it. Now, the first step is to prep the surface with a wax and grease cleaner. To accentuate the fact that our pickup has dropped a little bit, we're going to apply the stencil low on the truck, and we'll use a tape guide for reference. Next, you'll want to press the stencil by hand for the full length of the truck.
Then remove the protective cover and peel away the first cutout. Next, we cut the stencil at the door's edge and fold it over. Now comes the creative part, applying the paint. We're using a sponge first, but you can paint with just about any kind of applicator using sign painter's enamel. We'll start by dabbing on this gray. Then you can add other colors with other textures, like this roller here. I think I'll try a little magenta.
After peeling off the next stripe, we're going to brush in a little bit of purple. Then, some more magenta. And you can apply this process safely to any kind of paint.
By the way, these splash mask kits sell for about 20 bucks a piece, and Chuck, I can't wait any longer. Let's unveil the masterpiece.
Man, I'm with you.
Man, oh man, I can't believe we did this. What do you think of it, Chuck?
Oh, man, that's really neat. Tell you what, it was easy and affordable, too.
Well, right now it's time to unveil previews of a really neat show we have for you next week.
It's the ultimate test for our Monster Big Block as we take it to the dyno. We'll show you how to introduce cool comfort to a classic hot rod. We'll continue our series on how to drag race and show you how to set up your oil pump for maximum performance.
And of course, remember, high performance fun is what this show is all about.
We'd like to get your comments about Hot Rod TV. You can send them to us along with your viewer videos to Hot Rod TV, Box 681-688, Franklin, Tennessee 37068. And be sure to catch Hot Rod TV next weekend, Saturday evening at 6:30 and Sunday afternoon at 4, right here on TNN.
Motor Trend Television, next on TNN Motorsports. Today on TNN Motorsports.
There's hot shots, there's long shots. But at Englishtown, everybody has a shot. I heard that.
It's the Mopar Parts Nationals. Live coverage starts today with NHRA Today at 11 Eastern. Then later, it's final round action at 4:30 Eastern, 3:30 Central.
Catch us if you can. So make it a day with NHRA.
Only on the leader, TNN Motorsports.
You know how fast you were going? 72? Yep, 72. Hell, for a while, I was fishing out a pen, steering with my knee. Son, you got a 444 barrel in here. All you got to show for it is 72? You know what that is backwards? It's 27. 72.
Speed Vision Network. Catch us if you can.
Get Speed Vision now with Total Choice Gold and DirecTV.
Ready for some exclusive entertainment both on and off the ground? Direct Ticket takes you to the edge of excitement this month with these two action-packed hits. Lead, follow, or get out of the way, because in this arena, there's no room for mama's boys. Clear the road for Monster Truck Mania. These riders in the sky do a lot more than just loop-the-loop. Watch them as they defy death and sometimes come down the hard way. Sky Fury. It's non-stop thrills this month on Direct Ticket, only on DirecTV.
Today, it's the import sport utilities you like the best. It's a cover story shoot with the best-selling 4x4s showing their stuff in the California foothills. Plus, the Ford family sedan that grew into a big block muscle car and outgrew its name in American Classics. And we're going to Geneva to see what the Europeans have planned for our automotive future. It's all straight ahead on Motor Trend Television. Welcome to this edition of Motor Trend. I'm Jim Scouten. You might remember several weeks ago we took a close look at the top-selling domestic sport utilities. Well, this week it's the top-selling imports getting a workout from the Motor Trend team. Once again, the question is, what are you getting for your dollars, and what is it exactly that each of these brings to the game? Once again, we've chosen the test area, but you've chosen the players with your buying decisions. We're heading high into the Hungry Valley off-road recreation area north of Los Angeles. Exactly the kind of weekend trip these sport utes might make for their owners. And we're stretching the definition of sport